Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode from Borden Industries. For all you new viewers out there, I'm Brad Borden. Today we're working on my Haines Hunter 733 cuddy cabin. We're going to look at getting this motor running. Alright, so we're almost done here cleaning this fuel tank cavity out, but I need to get all this foam out, and the easiest way I've found is this little net. I've actually stolen this from the kids. They don't know yet, so don't tell them, but it works an absolute treat, so let's push on.
Turn it up.
There you go, guys. I've removed all the foam. Nice big empty space. Needs a little bit more cleaning up, and we might give it a coat of paint before the new tank goes in, but that'll be down the track. So look, if you've got a project similar to this at home that you're doing, crack into it. It's not that difficult. You are going to get wet, you're going to get dirty, it's going to squirt water back in your face, but gets the job done. So when I picked this boat up, I didn't get much history with it. Now, it did come with a folder with a whole bunch of receipts, and what I can gather is that this motor's been out, it's been stripped, looks like it may have been honed or rebored, I'm not quite sure. There's scattered receipts that kind of paint a picture of this having some engine work done. So I've had a look inside the rocker cover, and there's a little bit of like scaly rust in there, so it's a bit hard to see. I'll see if I can show you. A bit too hard to see with the camera, so what we need to do, pull these risers off so we can gain access to the rocker covers, pull the covers off, and that'll give us an idea as to whether we need to do more work or whether it needs a bit of a clean, and we'll go from there. At first glance, it doesn't look very great at all. It's pretty gross. Any sort of corrosion inside a motor is not good. But when you start to look at where it's actually come from, I'm pretty confident it's moisture that's been building up inside the rocker cover just from sitting around and just scaling and falling off the rocker cover. So I'm pretty confident that we can get all of this out with a magnet really carefully. It's going to take some time, but it'll work quite well. Clean it all up. Obviously we'll do the other side as well, so it should be okay. Another thing I've noticed, that coolant hose I pulled off, the gallery there for the coolant, or for the water, is completely blocked up, which is not great. So I'll probably end up pulling that housing off and making sure it's all clean, new thermostat. Just can't really trust anything with a second-hand motor, so those little things can be the difference between it overheating or not, so definitely worth doing. Pretty happy with what these risers look like. Although it's slightly blocked, it's actually not corroded on the housing, so it won't take much to clean that up, and we should be, I'm more than happy to reuse that, put it back on. Awesome. So all I'm going to do here is use my little pen magnet, on the stick, and carefully start pulling out the rust. Alright, so after a whole heap of cleaning and time spent in this rocket area, I'm really happy with the results. We've got it super clean, got all that rust out. So it was a process of using the telescopic magnet to get all the big stuff out. Then I used a bit of degreaser on a rag carefully, and then I've also got my air blower on the compressed air. I blocked up all the holes and cavities, and then just blew the last little fine bits out really carefully, and worked excellently. You can see how clean that is. So now it's time to move across to the other side. Now I've already jumped into this, got everything out the way. I've got the rock cover undone, and as expected, this side is pretty much exactly the same as the other side. Maybe not quite so bad, but there's still quite a bit of loose little flaky bits of rust in there, also inside the rocker cover. So now I'm just going to repeat the process and get this side done too. So it's time to take care of the rust in the rocker covers. Now the way we're going to do this is I'm going to set up a bit of an acid bath, let them soak in it, which will dissolve all the rust out of there, hopefully leaving it nice bright shiny steel, and then we can coat it from then. How am I going to do this? This stuff here. So this is pool acid. So little tip that I come across is mutric acid is mixed with water will dissolve rust really effectively. Now I've struggled to find it. I found out mutric acid is a watered down version or a weaker version of hydrochloric acid. Mutric acid is what makes up pool acid. So I've just got this from the local hardware store down at Bunnings. It's relatively cheap. Let's get this little acid bath going, and we can see how it works. Quick tip is whenever you're playing with acid, get yourself some good quality nitrile gloves or chemical gloves. Definitely want to be wearing safety glasses, because I'd hate to know what it feels like getting hydrochloric acid in your eyes. Not very good, I'd imagine. Also, when you're mixing it, always put your water in the tub first, then pour the acid in. Just less likelihood of splashing it. If you put the acid in first, then squirt the hose water in, good chance that you're going to splash it up on yourself, ruin your clothes, and get on your skin, and yeah, not good. So, here we go. I've also tied these little bits of wire onto the rocker cover. That is so I don't have to go sticking my hands in this acid bath. Less chance of getting it on my hands, I guess. It just feels a whole lot safer using wire to lower it into the tub. Acid's in the water. Let's lower these covers in. See if we can see some action. Okay, we'll let them sit for a little while. I don't know how long this is going to take. From what I've read, it can be pretty fast. You don't want to leave them in there too long because it can etch into the steel, start dissolving the steel. I also didn't know how much to put in, so we went with the whole container. Alright, so it's been a little while. What do we got here? Just under 6 hours, so take a look. I'm pretty happy with the results. It's definitely lifted all that real heavy scaly rust off of them. Could probably leave them in longer to get every single little bit off, but I think that's more than enough for what we need. Let's go and pull one out.